is it so freaking hot? Hot, 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 hot. Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's YouTube video. So in today's video I thought we could do a get ready with me and a bit of a Q&A, a chit chat, so we can get to know each other a little bit better. It is really hot today, so I'm going to struggle getting ready. I fancied getting a little bit dolled up, and seeing as there are still no reason to get dressed up because we're still mostly in lockdown in the UK, I thought what better excuse or reason than to do it for a video. So I'm going to do my hair, my makeup, chuck an outfit on and answer some questions along the way. So let's get straight into the video and I hope you enjoy. So I always start with my hair first because my hair is so thick that when I try and do anything with it, I just end up getting really hot, really bothered, and I'm just wiping my face. So I always like to do my hair first, get that out of the way before I start my makeup, because then I can do whatever I want to my face afterwards. So the first thing I do, this is going to look really pretty now. Sorry, I'm gonna try and do it because I've not got a mirror. Luckily for my hair, it's not too much of a problem. So I'm going to be doing my hair in the camera, so if I get up close and personal, it's because my eyesight's not great and I'm trying to figure out what the hell I am doing with my hair. So normally I will section it into 2 bubbles, like so. And this is going to be fun. Oh, I need a clip. So I section the 1/2 up into a bubble and then focus on the 1/2. And then, as I said, because my hair is so ridiculously thick, I make quite a few little partitions, sections of my hair to make sure I've got all that. And then let's get going. So I curl my hair with my straighteners. I do have curling tongs, but I just end up burning my neck, my hands, my head. I'm quite dangerous with them, so I try and avoid them. I would say I get better curls from my curling iron, so I do use that if I'm going somewhere nice and I want it to look as perfect as possible. But generally, day to day, if I'm going to curl my hair, I like a bit of a rough, beachy wave type curl. So I do it with my straighteners, I let it cool and then run my fingers through it. So that's what I do. So I basically grab the hair, twist it round my straighteners and then pull all the way down to the bottom. And I don't know if you can see it, if I move you down, it just creates these loose beachy curls. I'll grab anything that I don't really think is caught and just go over that separately. So it just creates these loose beachy waves. And then, as I said, once I've done that, I'll go through at the end and run my fingers through it when they've cooled down a bit. But my hair holds curls really well, so I'm quite lucky with that. That I'll put my curls in, brush my fingers through it, and it will literally last all day, probably into the next day. So they do hold really well. So I'm just gonna crack on with it now and basically carry on doing the rest of my hair. So I'll just take it a section at a time and get curling. I can't talk to you or do anything while I'm doing my hair because I do stick it in my mouth as an extra section. So I'll finish doing my hair. So as I said, I basically wrap my hair round the straighteners. I don't know if you've ever, as a kid, done it where you get scissors around a paper and pull and it creates the curl. That's basically what I do with my hair, is I'll just wrap it round, pull it down so it creates a bit of a curl. So I'm going to finish the rest of my hair and I'll come back to do my makeup with you in a minute. And I am back. Hair is curled, so it looks like this. I've not done anything to it yet. This is literally, see if I can show you the back. So it's just, I've just curled it with the straighteners and left it. So I don't touch it or run my fingers through or do anything with it. I just let that cool, let the curls try and set in a little bit. That is hair done. I'm going to look very weird again now, but I basically clip my hair out of the way, like this. And then let's move on to makeup. So, got a few questions here to answer. So before I start, so I used to really struggle with my skin. I'd have breakouts all the time. Out of all my friends, my skin was always the worst. I was really self-conscious about it. No matter what I did, I just couldn't get it right. I tried everything. I think one, as I've got older, my skin has definitely improved with age. And I think secondly, I used to do gymnastics, so because I was so self-conscious of my skin, I'd always put makeup on, and then obviously getting hot and sweaty and doing sports and stuff is not recommended, so that was probably making it worse. So I think as I've grown up, I think age has helped. I think I've finally found a skincare routine that works for me, and also not doing sports with makeup. And I think as my skin started to clear, I definitely got more confident and thought, oh okay, you know, I can cope with that little breakout, or I feel more comfortable to be able to go out with, you know, no makeup, or I'd just do mascara and stuff like that to try and draw the attention away. So the first thing I'm going in with is this. So it's the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. Now it is a night repair serum that, as the name implies, should be used at night time. I absolutely love this serum, and this was one of the things that I found really helped my skin. And I love oils rather than moisturisers because I have oily skin, so I don't want to put loads of moisturisers on and stuff because I find that my skin goes really greasy, really oily. But with this oil, it's more like a serum type texture, and I found that it really helps, and I absolutely love the product. So I use this as a base for my makeup. Like I say, I use this every morning. So every morning I'll get up, I'll put this on, and I also have the Estee Lauder, don't think that's going to focus. Let's try and. The Estee Lauder Revitalising Supreme Anti-Aging Cell Power Eye Balm. So every morning I'll get up and I'll put these on. I mean, to be honest, a lot of the days I won't wear makeup, or I'll wear very minimal makeup, so I'm not really putting much on top of them anyway. And then on weekends and stuff I don't wear makeup, so these usually just go on my skin with nothing else. So moving on to the questions then, I have name, age and location. Sorry, so what I do with this is just get a pipette, comes with a little pipette in it, and then just squeeze this onto my face. So name, age and location. So my name is Alex Hayward. I am 25 years old. I keep on thinking I'm 26 and I'm not. I turned 26 in October, but I am currently 25 years old. And location, I am from the West Midlands, if you couldn't already tell by my accent, because it's quite a distinguished accent. I wouldn't say it's as heavy as some people's, but I think you can definitely tell I'm from the West Midlands. I live about 20 miles north of Birmingham, so not in the centre, we just live in a little town. So yeah, that is where I'm from, and that is my name. So with this, I'll just rub it all in my face. I like to give myself a bit of a massage, so I'll just gently touch my face up a little bit, and really make sure that that's in the skin. Next question. I'm looking over here because I've got the questions down there. So the next question, how are you? Lovely question. I think this is great to ask anyone, just how are you? I mean, I don't know if it's a British thing or a woman's thing to do or say, or whether it's just me, but if anyone asks me this question, generally my response is, yeah, I'm fine, or yeah, I'm good, I'm okay, how are you? And I think sometimes the truth of the matter is you're not. I mean, I'm quite a closed book, so I generally don't tell anyone truly how I'm feeling. I think even Dan, sometimes he can tell that there's something wrong, but I think even he sometimes has to pry it out of me. I've always been that way. I just keep things to myself, and it's not good. So I think if someone asks you this question and they are generally interested, like they are a friend or a family member, and it's not just like, you know, a nice greeting with a work colleague or a passing comment, then I think it is good to truly tell them how you're feeling. And actually, if you're not feeling great that day, just say, oh, you know, it's not my day. I'm not feeling great, I'm not doing well, I'm not doing good. It's a one-off, you know, we'll get through it, get over it, but truth is, today is not a good day. But yeah, that was a bit of a side ramble and comment then. So moving on with actually answering the question, I am truthfully in a good space at the minute. I think lockdown has been scary, it's been awful, and it has been hard. And luckily I've been in a great situation where I haven't been affected by it. I haven't, you know, I don't know anyone that's had the virus or has been ill. So I can't imagine how those people must be, especially with the restrictions on funerals or not being able to see family, not, you know, being able to visit people. Some people really need the interaction, and I don't, you know, I've got people nearby, I've got Dan, I've got Herbie. So I think during lockdown there's been ups and downs, there's definitely been up and down days, but I'd say overall I have found it more, I don't want to say the wrong thing here because obviously it is a global pandemic. It's awful, like, you know, the amount of people that have been ill, the amount of people that have died, the infection's still out there, and the whole world, you know, has been affected. So I don't want this to come across in any way that disrespects or downgrades anything that has gone on. But for me personally, lockdown has been a blessing. It's really helped my mental health. It's gave me a brilliant mind space. It's gave me time to think, time to do things. And for me, it's really given me a kickstart to look at things and how I live my life and what I do with my time. So I work probably about, well, the journey should take me about 50 minutes to work, but with traffic and stuff, it generally ends up being about an hour and a half journey. And having that either side of my work day every day, it was a lot. We had Herbie as a puppy, so he needed a lot of mental stimulation. So I was taking him on walks at like 5:30 in the morning for a good hour, which was wearing him out, but also wearing me out. So I always felt tired. I always felt like I needed sleep. And it just exhausted me. And then by the time I got to the weekend, I just didn't want to do anything. I'd rather sit there, like literally just not move. And then the weekend was gone and it's back to the grind. So for me, I've found that having this time, I've got my job done, but I've got so many more hours in the day. I've got so much more energy. You know, I'm picking my fitness back up because I didn't have the time. Physically or mentally to do any sort of fitness. It would really drain me. So I've picked my fitness back up, my work is going well, I've got on top of all of that, I've got all these extra hours in the day. Dan works away and he got furloughed, so I had all that quality time spent with Dan, with him at home. So I am good. I'm still rambling so far away from the question, but how are you? I'm good, I'm great, I'm fantastic, and that is the honest answer. So yeah, before I start rambling again, I'm going to move on to the next question because we're just going to end up getting into a massive chat otherwise. How old is your dog? This is a fun one. So I'm sure you've all seen, well, he's starred in every single video, and I love him. I love him so much. So Herbie is just over 1 year old. So he, am I going to put, no I'm not. So he's just over 1 years old. He turned 1 in April. So we're now in June, yes, the end of June. So he's a year and a couple of months. So we had him from a puppy. We got him last June. So it's been a year since we've had him now. And he is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. So yeah, he's still a puppy. He's still learning, which is why as well you've probably seen in the videos that we still have all the furniture that he very kindly chewed as a puppy, which again, you know, was probably partly our mistake as well, because he absolutely hated the crate. We've not replaced anything yet, because until we know that he's definitely out of that stage and he's settled, then we don't want to go buy new furniture. But he hasn't chewed or destroyed anything, and he's been a very well behaved dog probably since Christmas time. Like, he didn't bother with the tree or anything like that. So I think we're definitely over the puppy chewing phase now, which we are delighted about. But yes, he is 1 and he is fantastic and we love him lots. So before I move on, I'm not going to put foundation or anything on today because one, my skin is I'm happy with it, and it is so hot I can't even bear the thought of putting foundation on, so I'm just going to go straight in and just put a bit of blusher and stuff on to give me some colour. So I'm just going to use the Laura Geller. It is the Pink Blush and Brighten Pink Buttercream, and I'm just going in just with a brush that really needs a clean. It's pretty disgusting actually. So next question, what is your lockdown routine? So my lockdown routine has changed, and it changes, well, I've got a pretty normal basic routine, but generally I think throughout lockdown, while Dan was on furlough, we would get up at 6, one of us would take Herbie, one of us would make the coffees and get breakfast ready and stuff, and then we'd alternate that day by day. Then I would get a workout done, so I'd probably do a workout around 7 for about 40 to 50 minutes, maybe shorter than that, probably about 30-40 minutes to be honest. So I'd get my workout done, have a shower, eat my breakfast, and then that is everything that I want to get done. So I always want to make sure I get my workout done early so that I make no excuses and it's done and dusted out the way then. So that would be my morning. And then I would sit down for work whenever I've come out of the shower, get my work done. At lunchtime we'd sit and have lunch together. So during this I'll be working away, Dan's doing whatever he's up to downstairs. But then yeah, get my work done, have lunch, then we would, once I've finished work, depending on the weather, we'd sit out in the garden for a bit, we'd watch a bit of TV, we'd have dinner around 5, half 5, and then take Herbie on a walk again, and then just generally chill for the rest of the evening. So my lockdown routine hasn't really changed because I've still been working, even though it's from home. So I'd definitely say that I've felt a lot more energetic, and like I say, I've been fitting in my workouts and been just spending quality time with Dan on evenings. So my routine hasn't necessarily changed. I've just felt like I've had more energy and more hours in the day to kind of focus on home and my life and our life, rather than it just being work, walk, bed. So yeah, like I say, it's not really changed. I mean, now that Dan's gone back to work, it's still the same routine. It just means that I'm having to get up each morning and take Herbie, which I used to do before when Dan was at work anyway. So I'm back to a bit more of a normal routine for me now, because Dan, like I say, works away. Dan works away and he's normally up and out early, so I don't have a mirror in this room, so I'm trying to do all of this in the camera. So I don't quite know how I'm looking at the minute. This could be a disaster. But I'm basically, sorry I didn't say, because I've got a bit of a tan at the moment, because we have had some lovely English weather, I go in with my bronzer and my powder. So normally I am a ghost, I'm very pale. So I just use the Stay Matte powder from Rimmel in transparent. So I basically just matte my face and it has no colour in it or coverage. But like I say, because I've got a bit of a tan at the minute, I've been mixing it with, this is just from Collection, Bronze and Glow. So I mix the two together just to create a bit more colour so that my face matches the rest of my body. And I basically just powder that all over my face, like so. What I'm going to do before I go any further is just check that this actually is looking okay. So, next question, do you live alone? No, I don't. I moved out last year with my partner Dan. We moved out last August 2019, so we bought our first house together and we've been moved out since then. It's not the first time I moved out. I moved out back in 2015 with a friend and we just rented for a year, but then I moved back home for 3 or 4 years I think it was, and then yes, moved out. So I live with Dan and Herbie. So I'm just taking here the MAC Lightscapade. I've had this for years. It is still going because, to be honest, I don't really use a lot, but it probably needs throwing because I'm sure I got this like when I was at college or something ridiculous like that. So I just put a bit under my eyebrows. I'm sure you probably gathered, but I am no, by any means, a makeup artist or know how to do makeup whatsoever, but this is just how I like to do my makeup, and this is, I'd probably say this is just my everyday, like sort of just chuck a bit of powder on and get going. I don't really like to wear a lot of makeup anyway. I do if we're going like out or we're going somewhere nice, but generally day to day I prefer not to. One, I can't be bothered, and secondly, I touch my face quite a lot, so I don't like the feel of makeup. See, here he is, look. He is just, he's got to make a viewing in every single video. There he is. With his Eeyore. Got Mr. Eeyore. So I'm just going to go check that. Then what I like to do, which again is probably not a good thing, but I go back in with the blush that I used and I just put a bit of that on my eyes. I just like the way it ties the colour in, and it also just adds a bit of colour to, so I literally just put it all over. I think, to be honest, I really need to learn what the hell I'm doing with makeup, because filming this video has now made me realise that I basically just do whatever, which I suppose, you know, if I'm not a makeup artist, then I'm not exactly telling people this is what you should do or this is the correct way to do it. I'm just doing me. I'm just being me here. I'm doing my own thing. I like it, so this is what I do. So basically just go all over the lids, dust that over, just to give a bit of colour to my eyes. Just to blend it in, I go back over and just sort of dust my powder back over it, just to kind of mute it a little bit. hope you can see, it's just a little something. So for my eyebrows, I normally do fill them in, but I do my eyebrows at home, so I pluck them and tint them, and I did it not so long ago, so they're still looking pretty dark and good. So I'll normally just go in, and you know what, I'm going to see if one of these has gone there, because there we are, finally come in. So I normally just go in with some brow gel. And see how I feel about the shape. I might go over and fill them in a little bit. Okay, so the last question I have is, where will your next holiday be? So we have a holiday planned at the end of July to go to Devon. So we normally go on a UK holiday, and it's normally to either Devon or Cornwall, which we go each year, and then we'll either do an abroad holiday or a couple of city breaks. So, So this year we have got, like I said, a holiday planned at the end of July, which I think from Boris's last announcement has now been confirmed that it can go ahead, with B&Bs and stuff like that now opening, which is brilliant. So we will be going there at the end of July. We had a holiday booked to go to Rome in August, but I don't think that's going to be going ahead. And we also have a holiday it's a weekend break to Dublin. But again, I'm unsure if that is going to be going ahead. So at the minute, we know that we've got Devon confirmed, which is great and fantastic. We can get a bit of a break and go away. But as for the other holidays we've got planned, we're unsure at the minute whether we're going to have to postpone them and perhaps go next year or later, whenever that is allowed to do. So when we go to Devon, we're going with, well, we've all got our own places, but Dan's family's going, so his mum and dad and his brother and his family are going to be going down as well. So we've all got our own places. We'll be staying separately, but we'll all be down there at the same time. When we go to Rome and Dublin, well, if we go, probably not, it's just going to be me and Dan. So we like to do a few little city breaks. We have both already been to Rome and we've both already been to Dublin, but we both really love those places. They're both high up on our favourites lists. So that's why we're going back. So if we can't go, we can just postpone it. It is what it is. So who knows what holidays we'll be going on, but we'll just carry on listening out to the announcements and the advice, and see if we can go. Luckily with both the holidays, we can cancel them like right up until the last minute. I think it's the last week. So we're going to keep everything crossed and hope that we can, but if we can't, it's totally understandable and we'll just have to rebook for a different time. That is it. So I'd say for now, that's my eyebrows done, because I can't really bother to mess with them much more, but because I fill them and pluck them, it's not too hard. Well, because I tint them and pluck them either, it's not too hard then, which they could do with a bit of spruce, but it will do for now. Mascara is one of the trickiest things. I always end up getting it all over my eyelid. Again, I've been blessed with really long eyelashes, which is great. I do like my long eyelashes, but they come with their issues. One being, when you apply mascara, it ends up, I don't know if you can see, I've already got it. Like every time I blink, my eyelashes touch my lid. So I end up getting mascara all over my lid when I put mascara on. And then secondly, I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I have to wear glasses because my right eye is basically blind. Oh, it's not blind. It is just very blurry. So I have to wear glasses, and when I wear glasses, I have to wear them like halfway down my nose because my eyelashes like touch the lens. So every time I blink, I can feel my eyelashes brushing against the lens of my glasses, and it's the same with sunglasses. So I'll put my glasses or sunglasses on, and then I end up having to push them down and look down my nose through my glasses, because if I put them any closer, my eyelashes just end up getting stuck on the lenses. That can't just be me that has that problem. I mean, I know I've got like pretty long natural lashes, but people have longer eyelash extensions than my eyelashes. So I'm sure that's an issue shared, surely. So this that I'm using is the Estee Lauder. If you can't tell by now, I love Estee Lauder's skincare and makeup, and it's just the Sumptuous Knockout. I like this one because it's got like the plastic bristles. I've got another one that I used to use, but it's got, I don't know, like the hairy ones. I don't know what they're called. Ouch, I just put myself in the eye. But it's got like more of the like normal fluffy brush type one, and that just does not do well with my eyelashes. Like that, I really do end up getting absolutely everywhere. So I definitely prefer mascaras that have the plastic brush in them. And I'd say that is my mascara done. So normally what I do as well, if I can find it somewhere in here. Again, it's the Estee Lauder, and it's in the Pure Colour Envy range, and it's in the colour Flirtatious Magenta, which is 340. And it's just like a glittery, like red sort of colour. I'll show you now. So it's not too dark, but I like to put this on because obviously I've just did powder all over my face and it ends up going on my lips. So I'll put this on just to give my colour a bit of a bit of colour. Wow. So I love this, but that is all I really do for my makeup, just every day. So I just put a bit of blush and highlight on, powder my face, and then sometimes fill my eyebrows in depending on how I'm feeling, and a bit of mascara. So that is now the makeup done. So we'll go back to the hair, finish that off, and then get the outfit on. Moving on to the hair. So that's been there drying, cooling even all this time. So what I basically do is just run my fingers through. Get my hands covered in hair. You can see. So that now it's basically like just a big loose wave, whereas this side is more still curls, and this is how I get my waves, which you would have seen in a few videos. So there we go, there's hair and makeup. Let's get on with the outfit. So we are currently in my room, and what I'm going to do is choose what outfit I'm going to wear and then get it put on. So in my wardrobe, so it's pretty hot today, so I need to choose something that's going to be nice and cool. I'm going to wear leggings with it because I can't face putting jeans on today. I hate putting black and white together under this. So So I'm going to try all black underneath, which black probably isn't the best colour to be wearing in the heat, but a lot of my wardrobe is black, so I can't really help that. So I'm going to try putting this on and then getting this on underneath. Okay, let's go and have a look what this looks like full length. Okay, I've just picked you up, so that's why you're on a massive long tripod, and you will have to excuse the mess because I am working from home, so everything is everywhere in this room. But this is the outfit, so it's just a nice little floaty, so it's like nice and floaty and long at the back. And then yeah, it's just a nice little floaty top, which I think with the black, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I don't really, normally I'd pair this with some little like denim shorts and a white top. So I'm going to choose what shoes to pair it with. I don't know whether to add some sandals and a bit of pop colour or whether to just stick my Vans on, but we will see. I'm just trying to find somewhere that I can show you the outfit in full. So I dug out some old shoes that I found from last summer, so I'll try and show you the outfit in full. I think my head's cut off, but you can just about see it. It's going to be nice and breezy for today. So jewellery, I've just got on this little necklace from Pandora, and I've got a few rings on that are also from Pandora, but my nails are disgusting, so I'm not going to show you them. And then I've got my Michael Kors watch on. My shoes, let me see if I can try and show you. The shoes are little espadrilles like this. So I am all ready, hair done, makeup done and dressed to go and sit down on my sofa because that's the only place I'm going to be going to. But I've really enjoyed getting dressed up. It's been a change, and if you've got any questions, please put them down below or go across to my Instagram and drop me a message there. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up because it really helps my channel, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much and goodbye.